At exactly 5 a.m., something remarkable begins deep inside your body. Long before your eyes open, long before you stretch your arms or touch your phone, your internal biology has already entered a powerful transition. This moment is not random. Your body follows a natural rhythm, an internal clock that has been shaping human life for thousands of years. And at 5 a.m., this clock reaches one of its most important phases. While the world outside is still quiet, your body prepares itself for awakening. The first change begins in your brain. A tiny cluster of cells, only the size of a grain of rice, acts like the conductor of an orchestra. This cluster sends signals throughout your body, telling every organ, every system, every cell, it's almost time. At this hour, your cortisol levels begin to rise, not because of stress, but because your body needs this gentle rise to bring you from a state of deep rest to alertness. This increase is natural, controlled, and essential. It helps your blood pressure slowly climb from its nighttime low. It begins warming your muscles, increasing circulation, and preparing your mind for focus. And yet you are not awake, not consciously. But your body is already activated. Your liver begins releasing stored glucose, giving you the energy you'll need when you open your eyes. Your breathing becomes slightly deeper. Your heart rate increases just enough to prepare for movement, and your digestive system begins its earliest signals, priming itself to receive nutrients later in the morning. Even your immune system shifts gears. During the night, it focuses on repair. At around 5 a.m., it transitions into surveillance mode, ready to protect, ready to respond. The cells that clean up inflammation begin to slow down, while the cells responsible for daytime defense become more active. This shift is one of the reasons why a consistent early morning wake-up has been linked to reduced chronic inflammation. Your blood vessels begin to dilate slightly, allowing better blood flow to your brain. For many people, the sharpest cognitive clarity happens not because of coffee, but because this natural morning surge pushes more oxygen and nutrients upward. Meanwhile, something subtle yet extraordinary is happening in your gut. The enteric system, the network of nerves inside your digestive tract, awakens almost like a second brain. It begins sending signals that influence mood, focus, and motivation for the rest of the day. This is why people who align their routines with early morning cycles often report better emotional balance and reduced stress. Even your fat-burning metabolism begins to shift. Around this time, your body becomes more sensitive to insulin, which is why eating early morning meals is linked to healthier blood sugar levels. All of this happens silently, gracefully, without noise, without effort. When you open your eyes at 5 a.m., you are not simply waking up. You are tapping into a biological sequence that your body has been preparing for hours. And if you learn how to use this hour with intention, your energy, your immunity, your metabolism, even your mental clarity can shift dramatically. This is the hidden power of 5 a.m. While most people think the night is only for sleep, your body uses these early morning hours, especially around 5 a.m., to perform its deepest and most important repair work. It is the moment when your cells are finishing one cycle of restoration and preparing for a new cycle of energy. At this hour, your body is quietly doing something extraordinary, something that affects how you age, how you heal, and how you feel throughout the day. One of the first systems activated during this time is your cellular repair mechanism. Throughout the night, your cells identify damaged proteins, broken DNA strands, and waste products accumulated from daytime stress. At around 5 a.m., these repair processes peak. Your cells begin clearing out toxins, removing defective components, and generating fresh, healthy replacements. This is the essence of longevity, your body renewing itself from within. This is also when autophagy, the natural cleaning system of your cells, is at one of its highest levels. Autophagy is like the body's internal housekeeping team, removing old or malfunctioning cells so new ones can thrive. When autophagy is active, your risk of chronic disease decreases, inflammation reduces, fatigue fades, and your metabolism becomes more efficient. Your brain is experiencing a similar transformation. At night, a special system called the glymphatic system washes your brain with cerebrospinal fluid. This natural brain rinse removes toxin buildup, including harmful proteins that are associated with memory problems when they accumulate over time. By 5 a.m., this cleansing process is reaching its final stage. This is one of the reasons why waking up around this time often leads to sharper thinking and improved memory. Your muscles also benefit from this deep repair mode. Tiny microtears from daily movement and stress are reconstructed and strengthened. This is why early risers often feel more physically capable throughout the day. They are waking up at the moment their muscles have just completed the repair cycle and are ready for use again. Another silent transformation is happening in your gut. During the night, your digestive system slows down to give your gut lining time to regenerate. By 5 a.m., the repair process is ending and your gut prepares to switch back to daytime function. This early renewal supports better nutrient absorption, improved digestion, and even a stronger immune response because almost 70% of your immune system lives in your gut. Your hormones follow this same rhythm. Melatonin, the sleep hormone, begins to decline around this time. As it fades, your body transitions from rest mode into readiness mode. Growth hormone, which supports tissue repair, cellular regeneration, and fat metabolism, reaches its final highway before dropping for the day. This wave is essential for recovery, which is why consistent early waking can optimize hormonal balance. Even your skin is completing a critical process. While you sleep, skin cells regenerate more rapidly, repairing damage from sunlight, pollution, and stress. Around 5 a.m., this regeneration peaks, leaving your skin more refreshed, more elastic, and more resilient. So while the world sleeps, your body is finishing a complete cycle of healing and renewal, and choosing to wake at this moment aligns you with your biology's natural clock. Every day becomes a fresh start, physically, mentally, and emotionally. This is the second major power of the 5 a.m. hour. Your strongest repair happens just before you wake. 5 a.m., your metabolism reboots and fat burning switch turns on. At 5 a.m., your metabolism begins a transition that sets the tone for your entire day. People often think metabolism is something that changes randomly or is controlled only by diet. But the truth is your body has a natural metabolic rhythm, and one of its most important shifts happens right around this hour. If you wake up aligned with this internal shift, your body burns energy more efficiently, processes nutrients better, and manages weight more naturally. During the night, your metabolism slows to its lowest point to conserve energy. But around 5 a.m., your body receives a signal, almost like a quiet internal alarm, that it's time to shift gears. Your thyroid, which controls your metabolic rate, begins to increase its activity. Hormones that regulate energy production start to rise. Your cells become more responsive to insulin, and your muscles become more sensitive to glucose. This change helps you maintain a balanced blood sugar throughout the day. One of the most significant changes involving metabolism at this hour involves glucagon. While you sleep, your body runs low on circulating glucose. So your liver releases stored energy to keep your brain and organs functioning. By the time it reaches 5 a.m., this process reaches its peak. Your body becomes more efficient at tapping into stored fat as fuel, something that does not happen as effectively later in the day. This is why people who wake up early, hydrate early, walk early, or even stretch lightly at this hour naturally activate fat burning pathways for the next several hours. Your cells are primed for it. Your mitochondria, the tiny power generators inside each cell, become more responsive and produce energy more effectively. Even your digestive metabolism undergoes a shift. During sleep, digestion is at its lowest point, allowing your gut lining to repair and reset. But around 5 a.m., your digestive hormones, especially ghrelin and leptin, begin their daily rhythm. Ghrelin, the hunger signal, begins to rise gently, preparing your body to accept food, but not aggressively. Leptin, which regulates fullness, adjusts itself to maintain energy balance. This balance helps prevent overeating in the morning and sets the stage for healthier cravings throughout the day. Another important shift happens in your brown fat tissue. Unlike regular fat, brown fat burns energy to keep your body warm. At 5 a.m., brown fat becomes more active to prepare your body for wakefulness. This activation not only improves temperature regulation, but also promotes fat burning. Your cardiovascular system also contributes to this metabolic reboot. Around this hour, your heart rate slowly climbs, your blood pressure rises to wake up levels, and circulation improves. All these changes increase oxygen delivery to tissues, supporting better metabolism and energy production. But here's the real power behind the 5 a.m. metabolic shift. When you wake up at this natural transition point, you align your external lifestyle with your internal biology. You give your body a head start. Instead of forcing your metabolism to catch up later in the day, you rise exactly when your body is preparing itself to burn more, digest better, and use energy more efficiently. And if you combine early wakefulness with even a small morning habit, like a glass of water, a 10-minute walk, or gentle movement, you amplify this natural metabolic spark. This is the third hidden power of 5 a.m. Zine. Your metabolism wakes up ready to work for you, not against you. 5 a.m. your brain enters its sharpest state of clarity. And at 5 a.m., while the world is still wrapped in silence, your brain enters a unique state, one that is rarely accessed during the rest of the day. This moment is not simply about waking up early. It is about tapping into a cognitive window where your brain is naturally more focused, more calm, and more capable of deep thinking. This is the brain's clarity hour, an hour shaped not by routine, but by biology. During the night, your brain has been working quietly, clearing out toxins, reorganizing memories, and resetting emotional patterns. By the time it reaches 5 a.m., this restoration phase is nearly complete. Now, the brain prepares itself for awareness, control, and learning. This transition creates a mental state that is sharper, cleaner, and more receptive than any other period of the day. One of the first changes happening is the shift in neurotransmitters. Melatonin, the sleep hormone, begins to fall. At the same time, serotonin gently rises, boosting your mood and mental stability. But what makes this hour truly powerful is the rise of norepinephrine, chemical that enhances alertness, attention, and the ability to process information. It heightens your senses without overwhelming you. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decision-making, planning, self-control, and focus, becomes more active around this time. Yet it is not overloaded with external noise or information, which means it can perform at its absolute best. The quiet of the early morning matches the quiet inside your brain, allowing thoughts to form more clearly. This is also the hour when your creativity is at its highest natural potential. Studies show that during early morning transitions, your brain enters a state between deep rest and full alertness, known as hypnopompic consciousness. In this state, your brain is capable of connecting ideas more freely. This is why many people experience their best insights, ideas, or solutions either right after waking or during a silent early morning moment. Your memory is also sharper. During sleep, your brain sorts memories, discarding the irrelevant, strengthening the important. At 5 a.m., this process has been completed. Your mind feels lighter, more open, and more capable of retaining new information. If you read, study, or plan at this hour, your brain absorbs information significantly faster. Another transformation happening inside the brain is emotional recalibration. The amygdala, which controls stress and fear responses, is naturally calmer after a full night of restoration. This means your emotional stability is at its peak. You think more clearly, react more gently, and make decisions with more balance. But there's something deeper. Your brain's glucose metabolism is optimal. It has stored enough energy during the night, and now at 5 a.m. it begins using that energy to fuel mental clarity. This is why your thoughts feel organized, your focus feels steadier, and your motivation feels higher. Waking up during this natural cognitive shift aligns your mind with its strongest biological rhythm. It's not about discipline. It's about being awake when your brain is ready for excellence. This is the fourth hidden power of 5 a.m. Your brain becomes its clearest, calmest, and most capable version of itself. 5 a.m., your immune system rebalances and strengthens itself. At T5 a.m., your immune system undergoes a powerful and strategic shift, one that shapes how your body protects you throughout the entire day. Most people don't realize that immunity is not constant. It rises and falls in cycles, and one of the most important cycles happens in these early morning hours. During the night, your immune system focuses on repair. It sends specialized cells to damaged tissues, clears inflammation, and identifies viral or bacterial threats encountered during the day. By the time your body reaches 5 a.m., this repair cycle is ending and a new defensive cycle begins. This moment, quiet, unseen, determines how strong your immunity will be over the next 24 hours. One of the first changes involves your white blood cells throughout the night. They concentrate in your lymph nodes, your gut, and your lungs, areas where most pathogens enter the body. By 5 a.m., these cells begin redistributing themselves into your bloodstream. This shift increases immune surveillance, meaning your body becomes more alert and ready to defend against new threats as you wake up and step into the world. Another significant change involves cortisol, a hormone that people often misunderstand. At moderate levels, cortisol is not the enemy, it is essential for immunity. Around 5 a.m., cortisol rises naturally. This rise controls inflammation, preventing your immune system from overreacting. Balanced inflammation is a sign of strong immunity. Too little leads to weak defense. Too much leads to chronic disease. At this hour, your body finds that perfect middle point. Your gut, which holds almost 70% of your immune cells, also activates. During sleep, the gut lining heals microscopic tears and restores its protective barrier. Around 5 a.m., it shifts back to alert mode. Beneficial gut bacteria begin producing short-chain fatty acids, powerful molecules that boost immune cell activity, reduce inflammation, and strengthen the gut barrier. This early morning gut activation is one reason why people who wake up consistently at this hour often experience fewer digestive problems and stronger immunity. Even your respiratory system undergoes changes. Mucosal immunity, the first line of defense in your airways, becomes more active. Your lungs begin producing a thin layer of protective fluid designed to trap and neutralize microbes. This mechanism works most efficiently when your circadian rhythm is aligned, making early morning wake up a natural support to your respiratory health. Your skin, the largest immune organ, also strengthens at this time. During the night, skin immunity focuses on repair. Around 5 a.m., it shifts to defense. Skin cells tighten their protective bonds, reducing the chances of harmful microorganisms entering the body. This transition keeps your skin barrier stronger as you face the day. But there is something even more remarkable. Your body's natural killer cells, powerful immune cells that detect and destroy abnormal or infected cells, reach a new level of readiness. Their activity becomes sharper, faster, and more efficient. Waking up at this hour supports their rhythm, making your internal defense system more responsive. This is the hidden power of aligning your wake-up time with the immune cycle. You are not just waking early. You are waking at the moment your immune system becomes strongest, most balanced, and most prepared. 5 a.m., the hormonal reset that shapes your mood, stress, and daily energy. At 5 a.m., your body enters one of the most delicate yet powerful hormonal transitions of the entire day. This is the moment when your internal chemistry resets, quietly, precisely, and in perfect coordination. The hormones that influence your mood, motivation, energy, stress response, and even your long-term health begin realigning themselves. Most people never notice this shift. But if you understand what is happening inside you at this hour, you begin to see why waking at 5 a.m. changes your entire life. The first and most important change is serotonin activation. Serotonin is often called the mood stabilizer, but it is so much more. It influences willpower, emotional balance, and clear thinking. Around 5 a.m., your brain begins converting more tryptophan into serotonin, lifting your emotional baseline. This is why early risers often feel calmer and more centered throughout the day. Their mood begins rising even before they open their eyes. At the same time, melatonin, the hormone responsible for sleep, fades. This fading is not abrupt. It is a controlled release, like a curtain slowly lifting. When melatonin falls at the right time, not too early, not too late, your brain enters a state of morning clarity. This clarity is unique. It's not the rush of caffeine or adrenaline. It's a clean, natural alertness, the kind that supports deep thinking and balanced emotion. Next comes the natural cortisol rise. Many people associate cortisol with stress, but in the early morning, cortisol is essential. It wakes the brain, mobilizes stored energy, and prepares the body to face the day. When you wake up at 5 a.m., cortisol rises in harmony with your circadian rhythm. It sharpens focus, stabilizes blood sugar, and prevents emotional volatility. But when you wake up late, this timing becomes disrupted. Cortisol spikes at the wrong time, creating anxiety, irritability, or mental fog. This is why people who wake up early often feel more emotionally stable. They are working with their hormones, not against them. Your thyroid hormones also begin increasing their activity during this hour. They set the metabolic tone for the day, influencing how efficiently your cells use energy. When you wake at 5 a.m., these hormones synchronize with your activity level. Your metabolism becomes more stable, your energy or appetite fluctuations become smoother, and your body shifts into a balanced, steady rhythm. Meanwhile, dopamine, the motivation and reward chemical, begins its climb. The rising sunlight triggers the retinal cells in your eyes, sending signals deep into the brain's reward centers. This natural stimulation increases dopamine sensitivity, making your brain more receptive to motivation. Early morning sunlight amplifies this effect, creating a feeling of internal drive. People who wake at 5 a.m. are not magically more disciplined. They simply access a natural rise in motivational chemistry that late risers never fully align with. There is another important shift: your stress regulation system resets. During the night, the parasympathetic nervous system is dominant, your rest and repair mode. Around 5 a.m., your sympathetic system gradually activates. When this transition is smooth, you experience calm alertness. When it is delayed or disturbed, you may wake up feeling tense, groggy, or overloaded. By waking at 5 a.m. consistently, you teach your nervous system to regulate itself more effectively. All these hormonal changes work together to create a stable emotional baseline. A person who wakes up at this hour carries a different kind of energy into the world. Calmer, clearer, more motivated, less reactive, more focused. This is not willpower, it is biology aligned with rhythm. This is the sixth hidden power of 5 a.m. Your hormones shift into perfect balance, shaping the emotional tone of your entire day.